Hi, everyone. In this video, we're going to be going over how to link OperFi to your Ascend platform, as well as how to submit loads for factoring. So first things first, from the Ascend platform, we want to head over to settings. Once we're in settings, scroll down over on the right-hand side, add or edit factoring settings. Now, currently it's already connected with OperFi, but if I were to disconnect, I'll show you just how easy it is to connect it. Scroll on down, find OperFi, hit connect, hit yes. And that's how simple it is to connect. Now we want to go over and test out and show how we actually want to submit loads for factoring. So we're going to go into our load section, view loads. We're going to go into our active loads. Let's pick number 105. So then that way we can watch that all the way through the process. But we're just going to go ahead and switch this one and change the load status here because it's not ready for factoring until it's actually been delivered and or completed. So we'll just say that this one was delivered. And when it's delivered, that's where at that point in time, you're waiting for a BOL. Now you can request the documents at that point in time and upload documents, or if you change the load status over to say completed, it's going to take it out of this screen and it's going to be ready for accounting. Let's click into load 105. We could either go to load documents right here and we can upload documents here, or sometimes if you want to actually get into the load itself. So we'll go back and double click on 105 and there is a load documents button that's up here on top. Now, if we were receiving documents via email, we could just upload those documents. Other option that Ascend offers is if we want to request documents from the driver, we can actually add a recipient, and if information's already populated in there, you can send them a text message, say, hey, we're looking for the invoice, etc. So you can ask those documents for the rate confirmations and the BOLs. Now, if you're using Ascend's rate confirmation platform, it'll get automatic signatures and they should be automatically populated in here, where when we're looking at those documents, we'll see over on the right-hand side, things that have actually been signed and that they're ready to go. So I'm not going to go over too much of the Ascend specific details because you can reach out to Ascend to get help on that. But let's just upload a new document. And again, I can either do that here in the document screen, or I can just upload documents like this. So we're going to do a little bit of a drag and drop. I'm going to upload, let's say, the BOL. Let's pop that in there. Now, remember, the BOL is a customer specific document. So we want to classify that accordingly, that it's our bill of lading. Once we upload, then once it's integrated with us, we know and we have confidence that that document is going to actually be going to the customer. So we will upload another document. In fact, we'll just drag and drop. We've got an invoice. And here's the invoice right here. We want to make sure that we are classifying this as a carrier invoice, not a invoice that's going to go to your customer. So make sure that you understand the differentiation between the document types. Upload that 100%. Now we're going to upload another document. Now, again, you can click on it, click out, or you can drag and drop. We're going to do the rate confirmation. And we'll just say that this is the signed rate confirmation if you haven't gotten the one that's directly from Ascend. So I think that we should be pretty good. If the NOA is in there as well, I'm pretty sure that you could probably upload the NOA, but if you've got the entire invoice package, you can upload that accordingly. Now, we want to actually go in to be able to view the documents. So once we're in here, we've got a client rate confirmation, we have the carrier invoice, we have the BOL. So those are basically the main three documents that we're going to need in order to submit this for factoring, where the customer document is going to be going to the bill of lading is going to be going to the customer. And then you've got the carrier invoice and the rate confirmation, which are going to be specific for just the vendor payable piece. Now we're going to mark once we feel like we've reviewed the paperwork. And if we wanted to hop in there and actually view those documents, We can take a look and preview those just to make sure. Once we feel good about them, we want to mark the paperwork as being okay. Now we want to send it over to accounting. So it's basically, there's other videos that are out there that's going to walk you through the accounting management system. But yes, we want to send load 105 to accounting. So now that everything is over into the accounting management platform, I want to go scroll down to the accounting tab. And we're going to look at our invoices and bills. Now we're looking at 105. If we send this directly here to factoring, there's a problem. It's going to show up in our system without any carrier information. So what we need to do is we need to go over to bills, and we actually need to enter in the bill for this first. So then that way we've got what the carrier is actually submitting as an invoice and all the documentation. So we're going to record a received bill, and we're going to look at making sure that we are looking at the documents and we know what the payment terms are, and specifically the reference number for that particular invoice. So make sure that you are reviewing the documents and that you are adding in your carrier invoice number. We'll say 123456. Payment terms, we'll say is going to be 30. Payment method for that carrier, standard quick pay. If you're already working within the OperFi onboarding platform, we already have all of these details situated. So if you don't want to focus too much on it, but if you just want to have good practices, you can enter in what type of payment method they have. We're going to save that bill. Now we've got 105, and let's see here. We've got bill reference number 123456. That's listed here. So we're ready to go. We've got that recorded. And now we can go over to our invoicing platform. We've got 105 right now currently is listed as unsent. So we want to go in there, checkbox it for invoice date. Now we're looking at the sent status. So we've got the invoice date that we're actually going to be invoicing the customer. We've got the sent status being not entered. You might have to wait a minute, but the factor invoices button does populate. So we're going to select that. And it's going to ask you a question saying, hey, this is customer 2, load 105. And here's all the information. Are you sure you want to send this for factoring? We're just going to go here and click yes, let's send this for factoring. Let's hit continue. And it's going to ask you some questions about factoring. What are you looking for and what the net is? And you're going to have the option to split it on this platform, but really everything is going to be ACH because we know that everything's going to go to your reserves. And we're going to hit factor loads. Once we get our success, we can close out. Now we're going to head over to our internal platform where we can actually see that the documents have been received. We've got the customer invoice that's going to be listed here. So that's coded properly. That's what we're going to be billing your customer. There's your Ascend invoice. Then we've got the carrier invoice, which is going to be listed here, and the bill of lading as well. So all of these have been coded properly. So then that way we know that when we're actually billing the customer, we're only going to send them the invoice as well as the bill of lading. And for carriers, we're going to be processing those payments. When we look over into our message activity, because you entered in all that bill information, we've got all the necessary information in order to get this bill. Thank you very much.